This week, another drop, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spin Sessions with myself, Vic Pardal. We get to chat to Sparky, Veejaro, representing Southside crew, which is super close to my heart, a club I formed way back then. These two guys have been repping hard for the club and traveling all around South Africa, spinning for the fans and the spectators alike. Without further delay, let's deal it, let's throw it down right now. Let's get you to know Southside crew. Ladies and gentlemen, this week I get to share conversations with my very own Veejaro and Sparky, repping Southside crew, which you'll know is super close to my heart. How are you, gents? How are you keeping?
Yep, all good.
All good,
Did you have a
Vic.
good day?
Yeah, hectic but good.
Yep.
Salute. Before we get into this conversation, let me give the viewers a little bit of background history. Southside crew started way back when I was a fresh young teenager. Wanted to start a car club. Came with this concept, Southside crew, because I was living in the dirty South, where all good things come from. Further a few years or so, met up with a really cool guy named Hussein. We became best friends and became like pretty much our partner in Southside crew. Since then, Southside crew developed in different chapters. So there was like the drags, which is pretty much where we started, like informal street meets and stuff. Got spinning, went on to drifting, and those are the chapters that sort of developed. And yeah, man, Southside crew been pumping for many years. Sparky, let's start with you, man. You've been repping Southside crew for 10+ years. Tell us about how you got involved.
Okay, thank you, Vic. Firstly, at the streets of Aldos, where I started, I used to go watch the guys actually, go out and spin their cars, enjoying themselves. The environment was always great. Tens back then in the days. And I wanted to get involved, and when I got my first BMW, I decided, okay, listen, I'm going to join the industry. I joined under the banner Southside crew, where I met people like yourself, Dawood, and the rest of the gang that were there prior in the earlier years. And then from there, it just grew from strength to strength.
So let me introduce you. Sparky is basically our team captain, well respected amongst both of you. And before he was our team captain, we had a gentleman by the Faya. Faya is very well respected. He's one of the veterans of spinning. He used to spin everywhere around South Africa. Used to travel down to Kimberley, Kuruman, down to the Eastern Cape, as all spinners done. And let's say when he decided to leave, he decided to, I don't want to say retire, but like go into hibernation, Sparky stepped up and took his position. So when you first started spinning, what was the scariest thing for you to do?
Back then, for me, Vic, to be scared was more like an adrenaline rush. Whatever scared me, I was going to do that.
What was the first stunt that you had to nail down, like you had to get it out the way?
Okay, first and foremost, as you know, Faisal, he's the one that actually mentored me.
Yeah.
He never wanted me to get out of the car. He wanted me to get my skills down first, control the car. You will get to, jumping out of the car. I first continued spinning with a slip diff, and then eventually we locked the diff, placed by Faisal, and then things went all, I wouldn't say south, went all uphill from there.
When you lock that diff, then the party starts.
Then the party starts.
Veejaro, homie, you've been repping Southside crew for a few years. I've got to also say that the pillars of Southside crew as a club for me have always been truth, loyalty, and honor, and both you guys represent that to the fullest, and I'm very super proud to have you guys on board. Veejaro, you've been a charismatic person. You've got great loyal followers that have been following you for many years. How did you come to be the charismatic character that you are on the pitch?
Thanks, Vic, for the platform. Look, first and foremost, it's through the grace of God, you understand, where you become humble, and everyone is equal on one level. You understand? You don't have that way you think you're better than the next person, you understand?
Humility, man, humility.
Yeah, and that for me, that is where, where you get the respect that you earned, and just greatness from there on.
So speaking, both of you guys are renowned family men. Everybody's seen both your wives, your kids, and you guys travel with them. Yeah. Tell me about the good, what's brought the support system from your family. How have you built that through the years? Because let's not mess around. It's difficult to hold down a job 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday and then go travel the whole country, to spin for your fans and your loyal supporters. How has that been tricky for you? Has it been difficult? Has your respective wives and family supported you 100%? I know you take them to a lot of events. How's that? Where's the balance to try and balance everything? How does that work?
Okay, if I can come in the way.
Yeah, sure.
But everybody needs to go out on holiday. Everybody needs to go out and get from fresh air. So we make going out for a spinning event on an occasion. It's a day out of the house.
For sure.
So everybody needs to go out.
It's like your stress reliever.
Stress reliever.
Right, kids, moms, pack your bags, pack the gazebo, and don't forget my extra 2 tires. Let's go.
Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
So both you guys got kids, and you know, like every children look up to their parents, you have become your kids' respective kids' superheroes.
Yeah.
What do you instill in your kids that you have learned from the sport of spinning?
Stay humble. That is the most important.
No matter what, right?
No matter what.
No matter what pitch you're in, no matter who you're performing for, whether it be presidential squad or just people from the local neighborhood, always remain humble.
Yeah, it's blessed.
Give grace, give thanks, and appreciate for the talents you've been blessed with every single time.
Yeah, true, 100%.
So Sparky, you've been with Southside crew for over 10 plus years. There was a time where Southside crew was the biggest team in spinning, hands out. We were like 9, 10 guys. And having 10 guys spinning, repping Southside crew, for me, was a very proud moment. You know, I remember when we'd hit the big spin fest, and when you guys at the middle of, like, you know, the highlight aerial would come together and spin, and there was like 8, 9 cars on the pitch. There was nothing quite like it. For me, visually, it was just beautiful, and the crowd went boss. All the cars looked themed out. Everybody looked fresh. It was great. But for me, it was really, really difficult trying to manage personalities and that amount of people. So as a team captain, what were your difficulties with your fellow Southside crew team at that time when we were 10 spinners strong?
Okay, as team captain back then, with a crew like 10, you know, you got to step up for everybody. You got to make sure that you for every individual, you're going to answer from every individual. If somebody doesn't respond or steps up to the plate, you got to account for that person. So basically, the work becomes much more. So now, where your people skills come in, where you have to manage like big men.
Yeah.
It's not easy to manage big men, you understand? And they are family men as well, you understand? So they also have their responsibilities. So for us to come together as a big unit, it almost rarely never happens. So when it does, then it's awesome, you understand?
So I noticed from, like, this side of the table, if you wanted to call, there's also, it gets tricky when you have a team of 10, and let's say out of 10, there's maybe 3 guys getting booked on a regular for events. And the 3 guys that are getting booked are trying really hard to get the rest of the team booked, as you should do, support each other in team. But regardless, there will creep that emotion of envy, jealousy, maybe a little bit remorse. Did you experience that?
Oh yeah, all the time, most of the time. What I tried to do was, you know, whenever if, let's say for example 3 guys get booked for an event, and we 3 of us will first discuss, look guys, we're going to get X amount. Can we include another 3 guys and take half to get the guys onto the platform? Let them, you know, promote themselves,
build their reputation.
Build their reputation, and the guys that were willing to come, they would come aboard. And then on the other end, the guys that get a little bit tired of having to cut onto their take. But then obviously, you know, it's a give and take. You know, we got to understand, because in the beginning where I started I used to travel on my own expense. I used to go to events, not even hired, just to put myself out there.
I just got to push it. People need to do that because the young guys, you know, the young players that are coming out in the sport think that they deserve to just be booked. And, you know, it doesn't offend me, but it really gets to me because you got to earn those stripes.
Yeah,
you don't become a headliner from nothing.
Yeah.
So you've got to invest in yourself as a brand, as a personality, as well as in your career. You've got to start investing from day one until you get to a point where guys are like, check that kid out. That oak's an entertainer. The crowds are like screaming his name.
Yeah, no, true.
Next time, I'm going to book him.
Yeah.
Whether I'm booking him as a rookie or as a headliner, you got to invest in yourself as a brand and as a career.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things I struggled the most when our team was that big. Like, I was very proud that we had the biggest spin team in South Africa, but it was really, really difficult. And for me, on this side was, it's like, I don't run my own business. I'm not like, hiring 10 employees or making X amount of wealth per month. Yet, myself and Dawid have done our very, very hardest to always invest in you guys best we can, no matter what. But when certain like spinners were like just expecting sponsors or sponsorships to fall on their lap, bro, it just doesn't. And no matter how I explained to them during various meetings we had, it drained me because I was putting all the work and all the effort, and I was like, guys, is there any possible sponsors that that I can maybe go and talk onto? You don't have to talk, just give me the door so that we can try and lock down sponsorship. Because we all know motorsport's expensive, spinning is no exception to the rule. You've got a maintenance, you've got to travel, you know how it goes. So it was really, it drained me so much so that certain individuals just expected it. Like, oh, when are we getting this? Are we getting this? And it was like, I needed it to come from both sides. You need a team support. And as much as I'm giving, I also need them to give to make a fruitful product at the end of the day. That was one of the biggest difficulties I had. It was difficult, so much so that eventually we made a decision. We had a big meeting. We're like, guys, if you don't understand how difficult it is to do this, you're most welcome to go on your own. There's no hard feelings here. We'll still support you. I'll still pump you on the mic like I usually do, and go see how hard it is out there by yourself, because it's not easy. Make no mistake, it is not easy. So that's how we came. Veejaro came on board. We decided this was a team of two, and me and Dawid were happy with that because it was easier to manage. Both these guys have good character, and we're happy with that. Talking about character, so we got two very different electric storms on the pitch when it comes to both you. So my personal opinion, so Sparky is more the constant, regular, like smooth, practiced spinner. Like he knows what he's going to go there. He knows what routine he's going to throw out, and he's going to achieve it, and he does it well.
Calculated.
Yeah, calculate. No, fantastic. Calculate. You know exactly like, right, I'm going to go do this today. This is the routine I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do. That is you as a separate, like as a spinner when you're on the pitch by yourself. Veejaro, hey man, when you're on the pitch, you just like light it up, right? I'm going to do this, that, whatever comes our way. If the barrel falls, I'll use the barrel as a gig. If the barrel doesn't fall, it's cool. I'll bump the barrel over.
Yeah.
That is the energy that you guys exchange. And yet, when you guys both on the pitch, man, bro, that's where the magic happens. You guys really flow really well together. Do you guys talk to each other before you go onto the pitch together? Do you guys practice your routines away from the events, or is it just a natural thing?
Natural.
It's just easy for us.
Like our surnames.
Follow my lead.
Yeah,
Sure,
we do.
Tell me, what are the goods and bads about being in a team? Is there any like cons and pros? You can be open platform. We're good, yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, bring Veejaro into Southside crew.
Salute.
Boss move.
No doubt.
Okay, thank you.
No doubt. I was super happy.
Working with Veejaro has made my life so much easier. It actually got me more pumped up. You understand? So basically, like he's pumping me up and I'm pumping me up, and we all get hyped up, and things just go boss.
It works, right?
Yeah,
it's nice to be a part of a clique or a part of a team, because you support each other through the good and the bad.
A working team, yes.
That work together.
Yes.
That's what a team is there for, right?
Yeah, no.
Something goes happen, hey man, borrow me this, borrow me oh, listen, my prop shaft coupling's gone, do you have spare, what, let's make this work.
Yeah, no.
So while I got you here today, I'm gonna drop some news and drop some mix. So I've had various conversations with Sparky. Veejaro, you weren't there at the one event, so me and Dee have been looking about recruiting one more to Southside crew, make it a nice round number 3. So I had spoken to Sparky, spoken to Dawid, and we're like, right, I just want to grow it by 1 for now. It's still manageable. I need someone that's going to complement the both of you, and you in charge, going to complement that person. And I wanted it to be a person who you guys could mentor, who could be the bigger brother to. So, just for you right here on Spin Sessions, I'm about to drop some news on you. I haven't discussed it with them, but actually, literally, they're going to hear it right here. So, I've decided to recruit someone who I think has got a lot of potential, and that person I think is going to go really far in spinning. And in the same breath will grow under your mentorship and guidance. So, the newest member to Southside crew as of today is a young personality who's been doing quite well, and I think she's going to be great. It's a female.
So,
I think a female will be really, really good in this mix.
yeah.
Right? She's a dynamite package, so she'll fit right there in the middle.
Right here.
She represents Kimberley, and her name's Kayla, bro.
Okay, Kayla.
Awesome,
Yeah, okay,
awesome,
Kayla. Yeah,
awesome.
no. Welcome
Salute,
aboard.
right?
Welcome aboard, Kayla.
How do you feel about that,
I
man?
approve.
How do you feel about Kayla as a,
I
like,
approve.
in general?
Yeah,
She's dope, right?
Yeah.
No, like, I respect all female spinners, and me and Dad sat and we're like, you know, I go to various events, emceeing as well as partaking, and I was just like, I think that girl is going to be great, and I think we could help her get there both as a spinner and as a brand, and she could learn a lot from having you as mentors. You know, I respect both of you guys. Like I said, my pillars in Southside crew have always been truth, loyalty, and honor, and you guys fulfill that to the fullest. You know, I take a lot of pride in the team that we are. I think we're always well represented. We're always on time most of the time. Most of the time, we're the first guys there.
Yeah.
Spinners traditionally are late guys. It's just the way it works. You know, I think we tend to, like, you know, give the promoters their worth. Always on time, always well respected and dressed.
Yeah.
And our cars always look good and washed and clean.
See.
So you guys have been through a few cars. Both of you have been through a few cars. Sparky, I saw you have like a nasty little wreck at last year's Valspin Fest.
Yeah.
You went through some dirt and you hit the front. Veejaro, you've just replaced your cars. Sure. What are the two respective biggest accidents or mishaps you've had inside of your respective spin cars?
Well, for me, it was in Bloemfontein, where I was still with RHB, you know. That's where I was in a pitch, and me and another two or three ones in one pitch, and
cars competing.
Competing, and it's the next moment just shut into the fence.
No, don't worry. That's what happened. How did it hit the fan? In which way?
In bumping cars.
Really?
Yeah,
all three?
Two of us was involved in the accident, and then after that, the only thing I could remember was I was in Netcare Bloemfontein.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
that
where.
bad?
Yeah, no.
Did you blank out?
Yeah, I blacked out, and my car was a write-off.
Sure. Hit the front and the back, or
on the side.
Your driver's side?
Yeah, driver's side.
T-bone.
Yeah, on my side. Yeah. Yeah, that for me was the worst.
Destruction derby, bro. You didn't see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that for me was
for yourself, Sparky?
For me, basically, it was the worst was at Valspin's Fest. Where I basically wrote the car. I couldn't save that.
Yeah.
You went hit that like marbles, the dirty, you know. Yeah. If you have dirty surfaces, whether you press brakes or not, he tends to just slide you in the opposite direction. And we saw you, man. I was on the mic and I was like, oh man, that hurt hard. Sure. So on this wavelength. So now, spinning is recognized by MSA, which is Motorsport South Africa. And now it's very difficult for Motorsport South Africa to try and comprehend or get a handle on spinning for various things. Because obviously, a part of their insurance, you know, they give you a permit, they insure public liability, etc., etc. But now, in the spin world, spin cars do not come with seat belts. Drivers don't wear helmets. There's no roll cages, etc. From a spinning point of view, there's a lot of that's why circuit racers don't understand, they can't comprehend spinning as a motorsport because all these things are not there. There's no roll cages, there's no bucket seats, there's no helmets, the bare necessity. How do you as spinners try and explain that? Because for me, it's you can't have, or you can't have the normal roll cage in a spin car because the roll cage usually has side protection, which inhibits you getting in and out the car. And you try and explain this to guys that are diehard, for example, circuit or drag races, and they don't understand that, especially not wearing the helmet. And I'm like, guys, you can't wear a helmet and do stunts because it inhibits you getting in through the roof or through the door. And it's very odd. How do you guys justify that to to, let's say, a MSA official or someone who is concerned for your safety? How do you justify not having roll cages, not having helmets, not having the safety requirements that is required in other motorsports? How do you justify it?
Okay, simply, Vic, if you look at a car that's spinning,
yeah,
when you're standing outside, it looks, the velocity of the car's movement looks like it's vigorous. Yeah. But if in actual fact, that car's probably doing less than 80 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
And there's no way that, there's no one has actually died while spinning.
Let's say that again. There has no one that we know of that has fatally died from spinning.
Hence, Formula One, other motorsports where we have casualties and people losing their lives.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we're not moving as fast as they are moving.
Yeah.
But it just looks more intense.
Amongst the motorsport guys, we're like, speed doesn't kill. It's the sudden stop. Yeah. that hurts you.
Yeah.
Would you suggest that some sort of safety requirements would be put in place? Or are you, as your respective personalities, comfortable with the safety that spinning has right now, the way things are right now?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% comfortable. As long as you have a fire extinguisher in your car, then you're covered.
Fire extinguisher. We've seen many hot branches, fuel. So you guys are absolutely, you comfortable 100%. Cars not having roll cages, not wearing helmets, and no safety belts, because then you wouldn't be able to do the stunts.
Yeah, you also don't want stuff flying around inside the car as well for your own safety.
For sure.
I mean, make sure whatever's in the car, for your battery for one, should be strapped down. It should be strapped down. That's just like, it has to be. It has to be.
So when you see, so there's a lot of other spin cars, because yours guys, nothing for nothing, not for anything. Very respectively neat and very well kept. Both of you guys take pride. But there's a lot of other spin cars that are like, maybe not in such great care, or how do I put it, pretty rough? Because generally spin cars are rough. Do you worry about going onto a pitch with someone with like a car that's like 3/4 full?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you worry about it?
Yeah.
Because it's a concern.
He's got nothing to lose. He's got nothing to lose.
You've just paid 12 grand in a spray job. This sucker's got no spray job. And he's got no bumper, nor does he have a grill or lights. So it's a worry for you.
Yeah.
What are some of the best pitches you've spun at?
For me, Msinga in on your way to KZN. Or is it KZN? No, Msinga Trafkana for me was one of the best. No, true, hands down.
What makes a good pitch for you? For you as a spinner, what makes a good pitch?
Firstly, tar. And the grandstands must be close around the track.
So that everyone can see.
Everyone can see that. For me, I can say for us, makes the best track. You understand? It's no use having a cool track and the fence is like kilometers away from you.
Yeah, because the people want to be.
They want to be
close to the action.
And you want to feel them. You understand?
They want to feel the rubber come off the tires.
And you want to hear them screaming at you.
You see.
Have you ever been asked about, like, within your community where you guys live, to do charitable functions or charitable shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have been, I have been quite a few times to raise funds,
How do you feel about promoters that you're spinning to raise funds for various charitable causes, whether it be in a group or just a single people?
Oh, it's an awesome feeling. No, especially when they need it the most, and you understand, and you raise a certain amount or whatever you raised for them. No, that feeling
makes the difference.
You go out to enjoy yourself, and at the same time you're doing good.
Exactly.
There's no better feeling.
No, there is.
You're using your talent to bring goodness. So Sparky, you're a part of Team GP as well.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience. But so are you. Sorry, my bad. You were wearing the cap today, so I was like, okay. So both of you guys repping Team GP. How do you feel about the Battle of the Provinces?
Okay, that for me was a stepping stone in the right direction. Firstly, whereby spinners actually went out to go and compete. And we know spinners don't like to compete amongst each other.
It's been tricky.
So
it's been tricky.
It takes a spinner with balls to go and compete.
For sure.
That and then paying your own way. Going there, having to pay for your own accommodation, sorting out your own tires, and then at the end of the day, you'll see how successful the show was, how much you will get. So in other words, now you being a man, you're actually providing your own way to
You're not sponging. You're not sponging
exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
So now, let me just give the viewers an insight. So, generally in South African motorsport, a driver, a competitor, will go to an event. We're talking about, and I say this just using an example, drag racing, circuit racing, go-karting, wherever. You will drive, if it's an out-of-town event, let's say, Joe, you're based in Joburg, you'll drive to Durban on your own petrol, you will book your own accommodation, and then you get to the event, and you, as a driver, physically pay race entry and MSA licenses or WMSA licenses, either or, etc., etc. Now, in the spin world, it hasn't worked like that because the spin world has grown from itself, and that's what makes spinning so unique to South Africa. So in spinning, if you've been invited to an event, especially if you're a headliner, you have a petrol, they help you with your petrol costs, they usually book your accommodation, and if you're a headliner, and you've been invited and you're on the poster, you usually get some sort of remuneration for your services provided. So you get a fee, whether it be big or small, up to the promoter and the driver. So spinning, as always, has grown like that. We've become actors in a play. You're providing entertainment and you're providing motorsport theatre. So now you're asking guys to say, hey, take yourself away from the theatre realm and put yourself in the competitive motorsport realm, which means you got to pay for your own stuff, you got to represent by yourself, and you got to enter on your own steam. How's the response been with that? Because I think the Battle of the Provinces is a great, great platform. It really tests the provinces, and because it's a competition, you can judge who's going to come first, whether as a driver or as a team. How's that experience? Because you've been to a few, both of you guys have been to a few rounds. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's start with the latest. For Battle of the Provinces.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mention the guys who are the
go
team
ahead,
members.
man. Go ahead.
We've got Rio, Sunesh, Veejaro, myself, Faiki, Fuad, Iki, Dean, and Farouz is from Polokwane.
Yeah.
He went out of the way because Polokwane didn't have a team and he wanted to be part of a team. He decided to join Team GP because we're also friends. Yeah. So the 10 of us decided to go down to Kimberley and we're going to take on the other provinces. We went down there, we done the battle. We took on the champs with our first round. Yeah. We thrashed them good.
Who were the previous champs? Who were they?
Eastern Cape, no?
Eastern Cape,
Sure.
Yes. We thrashed them good. There was no chance of them coming back.
Next.
Okay, we continued the next day, and we took on, in the finals, we took on KZN. Because KZN, they also came in as underdogs, so was GP. So we built basically KZN and Team GP done the battle for the finals, and then obviously we came out victorious at the end of the day.
Yes.
So you guys think it's a good platform, right?
Yep.
Did you have fun?
All the time, most of the time.
Was it nice to have that competitive edge?
Yeah. Even the guys among the provinces, with the trash talk that was involved also, they still remain friends at the end of the day.
Because guys, that's why I love spinning.
Yeah.
I do drag racing actively. I've done circuit. I drove for, I was sponsored by Total. I've done various genres, but spinning, there's nothing like brotherhood in spinning.
Yeah, no.
No matter if you're in opposing teams, if you need help in the pits, you need a jack, you need a spare, whatever. But you can ask anybody in the pits, they're going to help you.
For me, Kimberley, 60 spinners in one venue, you understand? For me, it was like brotherhood, you understand? Because
absolutely.
I don't think it's ever been done before.
Yeah, no, it's never been
60.
done before.
That big.
60 competitors.
Good. Yeah, in most cases, you'll get me and Sparky go to one show where is maybe Sunesh, Faiki is there, Ferozi there. Now we all together.
Unity.
Yeah, no, for me, that is the best.
Where do you see Battle of the Nations going forward? Because now they've started something and it's gaining ground, it's gaining momentum. Yeah. People are getting interested. The spinners that didn't make the respective province team is now suddenly going, hey, Sparky, I saw what you did. Veejaro, can I get in there? I want to try out for the team. Can I represent my province? Because in any motorsport, competitions are part of that edge, and people will get selected to be regional teams and eventually national teams and hopefully compete internationally. That's where we want to be. So do you see it going? Where do you see the future of Battle of the Provinces as that platform?
No, it's got the potential to grow, Vic. Basically, what we've done now at the Stepping Stone, we've actually created a platform and let the guys out there see what it's all about.
Okay.
So if you want to represent your province, you are welcome to join the team. Even if we increase the numbers in order to make it work, we will make it work. But it's a platform for you to actually represent something bigger than your street corner.
And bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
And going places.
Is there, so for our viewers, if they wanted to represent or get involved with Team GP, how would they go about doing that? Do they just give you a holler, drop your WhatsApp, hey man, I want to be a part of your team, or do they have tryouts? You guys have to have a team discussion? How does it work?
Yeah, no, definitely. Whoever gets in touch with one of us, we have to sit down and have a meeting, and then obviously we have our trials, you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Team GP, are they the best?
100%.
I don't want to lie, like GP, there's a lot of stronghold of really good spinners. I just want to put it out there.
Yeah, no.
What is your message to challenge any of the other provinces?
Step up, guys, step up, because Team GP is ever ready. So if you're not pulling up your socks, you'll go home always crying, you understand?
When's your next event? When's the next team Battle of the Province event?
26th of May, the Rock Raceway.
Yes.
Team GP versus KZN and Free State, one day.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen, 26th of May, Rock Raceway. Come and support the Battle of the Provinces. It's a great competition, great platform, and I'm all for it. So, as you guys have now become the bigger brother of Kayla, what advice do you have for other young females and guys who are teenagers, who are coming up in the ranks? What advice do you have for the youth, the young guns?
Well, the younger ones, they just have to stay focused.
First, finish school, then start spinning. Nothing else than that. First school.
Education only.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, no, true. I agree with Sparky. Yeah.
Finish school, get your matric, bro.
Yeah, no.
Get your basics, get your foundations in there.
Exactly.
Salute, Owens. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. Once again, you look good.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Vic.
Keep on doing what you do, man. Represent, give glory to God above and the talents you're blessed with, man. Go do what you got to do. Blessing, boy. Shot. Thanks. Appreciate it. And that, ladies and gents, no worries, no, chill, no worries. And that is how we throw it down for another episode, chilling with Southside crew, Sparky, Veejaro, and soon to be joined with Kayla at the next event. This is what we do. This is Spin Sessions. Get involved, guys. Drop some comments, drop some WhatsApps. Hit me up on my inbox. Get connected. Let me know what you want to know. Let me know any questions you want to get on. If there's any answers or any guys that you want on the show, hit us up. I will do my best to get them on the show. Once again, blessings upon you and your families. Join us next week, Friday, 9 a.m., like we do it every single week. Blessings.